All right, then we're going to take a flat brush, a little bit of water. I'm using burnt umber for myself, but you can also use burnt sienna for this. Just kind of a warm brown is what we're searching for. And I'm just going to paint over the entire canvas with thinned out paint. So that means just a little bit of water in there. You can see as I put it on here, you can see through it and you can still see the lines that we drew in, your brights and your darks. So we're going to start from a neutral canvas by toning the canvas. Once you're done, you're just going to let this dry for 20 or 30 minutes. But the first thing I'm going to do is look for some really dark areas of the painting. And within this lesson, what we're going to be doing is a lot of directional brush strokes. So what I mean by that is if you look at the reference photo, it almost looks like you can see the direction that the fur is growing or flowing or however you want to talk about it. It grows a certain way and it's laid a certain way on the bear. So what we're trying to do with a brush, and I'm doing this in the dark areas to start with, is directional brush strokes to indicate which way that fur is growing. All right, we're going to continue this in the next part of the lesson, but you can keep filling in a little bit if you want to take a break from watching the video and listening to my instruction. You can just kind of work around the painting, continuing to do these types of things. But in the next few steps, we're going to just continue blocking in until we have our entire bear blocked in with its initial layer. All right, now I'm going to go add that cerulean blue in. So we're going to get a little bit more of a kind of a bluish hue to the fur, which is what we want when you're dealing with black fur. Just along the edge here, we're going to make this a little bit more blue. So this is kind of the shadowy area. And that same darker color is going to go right up underneath this highlight. Okay, then with just a little bit darker raw umber color here, we're going to go around that edge again. And I just want to kind of build in the iris a little bit more. So we're going to go up on top here. So we got our raw umber, a little bit ultramarine blue. We're going to just curve this right in the middle just a little bit. So all I did was take that sharp angle and just flatten it out a little bit. It helped a lot with the shape of the mouth. It was a little bit too steep on that side. Let's go back into some of this color. Okay, and then maybe a little bit darker as we move off that kind of brightish spot near the nose. But just following the direction of the fur, looking for those areas that are in shadow and just leaving those open. Directional brush strokes, overlapping. You can overlap right into the background. And around the top of the ear, you can see a little highlight. So just kind of tapping really lightly there. I want to try to get it as rounded as I can.